Good evening, everybody. Today's my discussion is about policy formulation. Yes, so we must understand the policy formulation importance if you are running any business. So, have you ever wondered how big companies take major decisions that guide their success? Absolutely. So big companies like you can take any tech companies or like Amul or any other manufacturing units. Okay. So the secret recipe is making strong policies with effective coordination. That's it. There is no big great secret even. Okay, so today I'm spilling out the beans. So this is about making policy formulation. Okay, so it is all about making strong policies with effective implementation with great coordination. Okay, so let's understand how policies are formulated and how coordination keeps an organization working like a well-oiled machine or just automated process. But before to that, you must understand why I am discussing this policy formulation topic, especially why we need to explore this. This is unit one. This is the topic of BCom first year students. Some student asked me to explain this topic, so they inboxed me. So that is the reason I'm exploring this topic for your convenience sake. Okay, so let's dig into the topic. So, what is policy making here? So, before to that, what is actual policy? A policy is a general guideline for decision making. Excuse me. So, a policy is a general guideline for decision making. It provides a framework within which managers can act. So, a policy is just a general guideline for decision making. So, let's take a very simple example. If if you are in a college or if you are in school, we will make a policy, right? Where to meet, where to board into the bus, and when we have to start, when we have to arrive, and then what to. It is just a framework. Okay, so it is just a guideline, right? So before decision making we just have a rough policy, right? That's what here the same policy. A policy is a general guideline for decision making, so it provides a framework within which managers can act. So they should not, once after making a policy, nobody should cross it. That is what the coordination here. Okay, so for example, a company's leave policy. Okay, so per month employees can utilize two casual leaves and one paid leave, or one casual leave and two paid leaves. Accordingly, according to the company rules and regulations, they will formulate some policies, and the same will be implemented by the HR people. So there is a coordination between the HR people and the management and other team leaders also, and even with the staff. So without coordination, no policy can be effectively implemented. We must understand this. So example, we can take another one like if grievances policy. Okay, if in company there is a grievance policy, but if they are not coordinating with each other, if no other department is supporting to the grievance department, then how they can give good service to the customers, right? So there must be strong support to that each and every department. There must be strong coordination, not support exactly. So each and every department is interdependent there, so they have to coordinate with each other. This is also a policy again, right? Understood? So it works like that. And then if we go into deep, we have to explore the features of policy. Now actually I explained about the policy meaning. Now let us explore the features of policy. It provides direction to all managers. We'll be having many managers in a company, right? Like HR managers or manufacturing unit managers and accounts department finance managers, security managers. Likewise, we'll be having many departments in a single organization. So for all of them, this policy will be providing a direction to manage the things. Okay, so a policy is flexible but within certain limits again. So once if they formulated a policy, they need not to be bind to that policy even though it is impractical. Got it? So they must be flexible when implementing the policy. So a policy is also flexible but within certain limits. So, and coming to the third point, policy helps in decision making consistency. Got it? So without policy framework, there will be no guidelines, there will be no proper coordination and proper implementation. So that there will be no consistency in decision making even. So there must be a strong policy framework and coordination, and then it leads to the strong decision making process. And then coming to the fourth point, it saves time by avoiding repeated decisions. So we all know, right? We how we waste our time when if we are organizing any freshers party in our college or in school or in any farewell party. How many times we go with each and every person's perception and opinion. We consider every person's opinion, and we change repeatedly all the decisions. We redo the work, we double doing the work, we all know, right? But that will be a kind of even strong energy, even that kind of enjoyment even. But when it comes to the organization, there must not be any repeated decisions, and there must not be any duplication of work. So we must avoid such type of time consuming processes. So if we have a policy that saves time by avoiding repeated decisions. So for one thing, again and again, they need not to make decisions. For example, as I mentioned earlier, take that leave policy. In a company, every employee can utilize two casual leaves and one paid leave. So it worked for 3 months, and then in the fourth month, they cannot change. I mean, in the next quarter, they should not change actually. Got it? That is the importance of the formulation. So, that is the importance of avoiding the repeated decisions even. So this reflects the objectives of the organization. What it is reflecting? The discipline in the management, the discipline in the system. So the next step here is policy formulation. After knowing the features of policy, we must focus on steps in policy formulation. First and foremost thing is identifying the problem or need on which the policy is going to be made. So why actually we need this policy? So there we have a problem, or we have to fulfill some need, right? So that is the reason we are making this policy, we are formulating. Fine, so that should be addressed at the first stage. Like example, attendance issue. Okay, so from we are switching over to the biometrics from the normal manual register and all, maintenance of attendance register and all, that can be upgrading in the company policy. And then otherwise quality issues, okay, or addressing of the grievances on immediate basis or within 48 hours or 24 hours according to the company goals. So this should be our agenda. First we identify the problem, and then we based upon that we have to make a policy. Second step here is to collect information. So we have to collect all relevant data, facts, feedback when we are fulfilling any need or any resolution of any problem, right? So if we get any other irrelevant data, it doesn't survive, right? It doesn't serve our purpose, right? So that is the reason we have to gather the relevant data, facts from the within the organizations, or sometimes based upon the market conditions, and then even the feedback. If already some other companies are already implementing, how it is giving the result, that output also we can find, and we can understand the feedback of the customers. So from based upon our competitors information even, so we can collect information on any basis, and then analyze alternatives. So compare different solutions. So we must not stick to one point that for one problem there will be only one solution. No, it doesn't work out like that. We have to know that there will be many solutions for one single problem. So we have to analyze all alternatives, all substitutes, and then we have to compare different solutions. So maybe there are many solutions, but we have to choose among those solutions whichever is the best, whichever is practical, whichever is little comfortable for our company goals. Okay, that is what we have to focus on it and select the best policy. So after having many solutions, as I mentioned earlier, we have to select the best policy. So choose what aligns with our goals, with our company goals, not personal goals again. Okay, so if one goal is suitable for one financial department but not to the manufacturing department, or to the manufacturing department but not to the security department, or not to the procuring department, so we have to understand that it should be practically feasible to each and every department, and at the same time it should align with the company goals, because end of the day we all are working together for the company's sake, right? So it should align with the company goals. And then jumps into the implementation part. Put the policy into action. So even if we have great policy in our hand, if we are unable to implement that in an effective way, then it doesn't give any, it doesn't fetch us any right results. No good output we can expect from that. So implementation is must be in an effective way. And then put the policy into action. Okay, and then review and evaluate. So immediately we cannot even hit the floor with the policy. We have to give some time to check the output, how it is working, either in a positive way or a negative way, or slight positive and slight negative. So we have to, is there any negative result, or is there any too positive result? So accordingly we have to review and evaluate. Sometimes if necessary we have to make modifications in the policy, right? So that is what the review and evaluation of the policy procedure. And then we will jump into the coordination. So what is coordination here? Coordination is a process of integration of efforts of different individuals and departments to achieve common goals of the company. So without there is coordination among the different departments, there will be no goal achievement, no goal, common goal achievement, right? So there will be no harmony, even the different hierarchies even. So that is the reason we have to coordinate with each other department. So we should know that we all are interdependent. So relevant departments must work with a coordination. So it ensures that all parts of the organizations work in harmony. So let's understand the coordination features here. Coordination continuous process. It is not a 1 day or 2 days process. It is a continuous process from the day one to the as long as the company is existing. This must be continuous process, the coordination part, and it involves synchronization of efforts of all the departments. So if we are taking the output of one department, and if we are overlooking the other department's output or their effective results or their feedback, it doesn't work, it doesn't going to give us good result even. So we have to consider the synchronization of efforts of all the departments, whichever is relevant in the policy formulation and even the implementing part. And unity of action is we can see considerably in the coordination features, and it affects all levels of management. The coordination part we have to get from all the levels of management, and not, it also affects the all levels of management. And finally, coordination is the essence of the management. Without coordination, there is no output, there will be no progress in the company. So, all the hierarchy must coordinate with each other. Fine. So, moving on to the importance of coordination. Why we should have coordination? We understood the features, but why we should have the what is the importance of the coordination here? Coordination avoids duplication of work. Say, suppose there is a finance department, they paid to the suppliers. Okay, some 50 lakhs they paid for the goods and services they got from the company. But after a while, they came to know that it already paid by the previous departments in on some other way, but not from the finance department. As there is no coordination between two departments, now there was a duplication of error occurred. Now they have to avoid the duplication of work. So in order to avoid this type of duplication of work, they have to understand the importance of the coordination. And coordination ensures smooth functioning. So if there is a coordination among the departments, there will be no chaos. So everything will be going on a smooth functioning basis. And then coordination enhances efficiency levels and team spirit. End of the day, they all feel like we are working for one goal, one common goal. Say they will be having a common team spirit even. And then parallel growth is crystal clear over there. It is very visible between or among the departments, and finally they all are working for the one common goal of the organization, so it helps in achieving common objectives. So that is what the importance of the coordination. So let's understand the relationship between policy formulation and coordination finally. So we discussed policy formulation and we discussed about the coordination. But we should understand the relationship between the policy formulation and the coordination. So what can in which way the policy can help and in which way coordination can help? Let's discuss. So the policy provides the guidelines and the coordination ensures effective implementation. And the policy, if even if it is a very good and effective, if it is not implemented in an effective way or without any coordination among the teams, then there that leads to the lot of chaos. Okay, and then coordination also ensures uniformity in implying the policies across all departments. Fine. So concluding, policies guide managers, and coordination unites their efforts. Whose efforts? Managers' efforts. So both build the formulation for success of the management. So that's all, students. If you like my topic, if you feel like it is useful, please share with your friends. Thanks a lot.